welcome to Thursday. I am very warm, as is the day and has been the week. I'm not a big fan of high temperatures, but kind of coping just about. We are down to the last two of the faction focuses, with today being the Admech. So going to kind of go through them. There isn't any new actual rules. There was quite a few I did in a video yesterday for kind of the GW stream game they did. Well, not stream, but recorded game on Warhammer TV. So there's quite a lot there. But yeah, there's 3 new detachments to go through. One of which we've kind of seen somewhat in the third game of the live streams that he did at the beginning of the week. So the first one is called Cohort Acquisitus. This is entirely designed to make it hard to pronounce, but Nusferic Recon, so Traxi, Infiltrators, Rangers, Cerberus Raiders, Cerberus Sulphur Hounds gain the Recon Augury ability. This ability, so enhanced augurs in your shooting phase. That unit can select one visible enemy unit within 12. That enemy unit is analysed. While a unit is analysed, it has +3 detection range. I genuinely don't understand why we don't just make this a pre-named ability at this point, because there are so many detachments with this ability. It's going to be annoying, and I'm sure at some point people will just kind of come up with a term and just call it, detection range, or, I've got this detachment gives me extra DR, or whatever the name is. We then have the enhancement, stealth screens, cyber grenades, which is an upgrade, so you can take it multiple times. Can only go on Cerberus Raiders. They get loan up 15 inches, which is a weird one. We've not seen loan up 15. I don't know if that's kind of the new thing that's going to be coming to replace current loan up of 12, whether kind of 15 in line with hidden is going to be a thing, or it's just specific to this detachment. No idea. But yeah, allows kind of your Cerberus Raiders to at least survive a bit more. They are mounted, so obviously don't benefit from the hidden aspect of things. So it does at least kind of make them a little bit more survivable, allow them to go and stand on an objective, maybe be there for a turn. Yeah. And then we have the Defect Scrutiny, which is 1 CP. In your shooting phase, a friendly Admech unit is selected to shoot. That unit, you select one visible enemy unit within 12 of the Recon Augury unit, and they gain Ignores Cover. Yep, fairly solid. Ignores Cover on the kind of... not sure the main one that this would be good for. I mean, Infiltrators have a lot of random kind of circumstantial shots. They're not, amazing, but they will kill a T3 unit quite well. Traxi, one has flamers anyway, so it's not as massively useful. Yeah, kind of okay as a strat, I guess. We then have Lords of the Forge, which is the one that we saw on the stream. Friendly Tech Priests have a 4-up invuln and a 5-up Feel No Pain. This is what made Cool and the other one so survivable, because they only benefited from the Feel No Pain, as they already have a 4-up invuln, but being the monster with the T8, I believe, with a 4-up invuln, 5-up Feel No Pain, and the ability to regen wounds on Cool, makes them a pain in the arse to kill, it kind of looked like. They also have the following ability: Baffling Data Screed in your shooting phase when this unit is selected to shoot. If it is not battle shocked, you can use this ability. If you do so, roll 1d6. On a 2-up, a enemy vehicle within 12 must make a battle shock test with a -1 to battle shock. So you can stack this with Infiltrators and make it -2. And then potentially -3, I think, because if they're near battle line, makes it a -3 roll. So that's pretty big. But this is specifically a battle shock roll, not a leadership test, so may not stack there. Can't be selected more than once for that ability. Or on a 2+, you can make a unit when shooting not lose their hidden ability, which is quite solid. There is then a really random gun profile for a tech priest only. It has 3 attacks. It's a 2 up to hit, strength 11, which is a rare profile. AP 2, damage D3 plus 2. It has dev wounds and hazardous. 24-inch range. Yeah, I mean, again, comes down to the number of points, but it's at least a semi-interesting gun. You know, a couple of extra dev wounds, up to 5 per shot is nothing to be sniffed at. The odds are that pretty quickly that the tech priest does kill itself with the hazardous check, but with my rolling at least anyway. We then have Holy Avarice, which is 1 CP. In your shooting phase, a tech priest unit starts an action. That tech priest doing an action doesn't stop you from being able to shoot. Yep, that's okay. As long as you have a tech priest attached to a unit you don't mind shooting, that's kind of okay. And then we have Luminant Auto Choir, Cyberstatic Canticles. Friendly Corpuscari units' ranged attacks have lethal hits. When a friendly Fulgurite unit has fought, that unit heals D3. Yeah, that's kind of alright. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know what has the Corpuscari keyword. It's not one in kind of my fights against the enemy that comes up much. Again, the annoying thing with the app is that you can't search. Oh, so it's the Electro Priests. There we go. So yeah, they have lethal hits at range. I mean, they're only 12-inch range pistols, but sure. So lethal sustained on them. There probably is another Corpuscari unit. I just don't know it, to be honest. They're obviously not being very popular as a unit to take. Because the Dragoons are not that. Nope, they're Scutari. Most things are Scutari, from what I remember. Cataphrons are Cataphron, shockingly. Other Hastari are not. Nope. There again, another. Even the Fulgurite Electro Priests aren't. So, as far as I can tell, it is literally that one unit. And then the Fulgurite, which is the other guys, they get to heal D3, so it works on both of the kind of tech. Both kinds of those Electro Priest units, sorry. And as far as I can tell, nothing else. Tech Priest model only. Enemy units that target this can't target with sharpshooting. Yep, gives a unit immunity to Overwatch. And then we have momentum feedback for 1 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase, when an unengaged Electro Priest unit has shot, that Electro Priest unit that's been targeted and shot at can make a surge move of up to D6. Yep, free movement's always good. So they're all quite different detachments, apparently. They add something, I guess, to your units. Yeah. I think Lord of the Forge is probably the best one, making cool even more of a pain in the arse to kill. It's probably the best thing. It'd be nice to see Electro Priests on the table. I haven't seen them at all, I don't think, in 10th edition. And then tomorrow is Necrons, which means I assume really soon we are going to see the release of kind of the core rules for 11th edition. They have previewed today the chapter approved deck. Is the only other thing that has kind of been shown. There's not really much that's kind of been shown on it, to be honest. They've kind of just shown the pictures. They've shown the kind of the different force dispositions. They've then showed the twist cards, which I can't imagine I'm ever going to use, purely because the only games I get to play due to time constraints are competitive games. I don't have the luxury to kind of play other games, or the inclination is also part of it, probably. There are then the mission secondary cards, which I have kind of gone through all the ones that have been released across the thing. And then they kind of talk about the fact that really it's kind of designed that all players can enjoy it, and it's for everyone, and it's not divided into competitive and narrative players. So yeah, it's good that they've announced it's coming. It would be useful if it had been released at the same time of the box. I think it's going to make, again as ever, it a pain in the arse to get hold of, especially when it's box locked initially, and there's a lot of people trying to plan events, run events, go to events for kind of when the edition is released. But yeah, we'll see kind of how it goes. But I do kind of expect this weekend, maybe Sunday, there to be the announcement about 11th. I then expect fairly soon after there to be the release of the core rules. When that is, I don't know. But again, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and again, I'm off to Birmingham, so do check in, because I will post a few short updates of how things are going, what the first UK-based Warhammer Open is like, my thoughts on it, hopes for the future of them, and also how my games go. So yeah, speak to you soon.